hey, if you're gonna complain that the quality is bad, this is meant for you to listen, I only record it too, just in case you want some kind of visuals to what you're listening to. But yeah, when it comes to like the podcast episodes that I record for y'all, I'm gonna do it on my my laptop's photo booth. Okay, whatever. Today, I want to talk about clothing and what that entails in clothing is insecurity, modesty, styles, changing your style, I don't know, whatever. Let's begin with, like, not my story or journey, but yeah, my story and journey with clothing. So basically, I've always been, like, a normal dresser. Like, I never dressed anything crazy. I was never, like, in the best clothing, but I wasn't, like, in the worst clothing, Like, to me, there is one style of clothing that I do not condone. I don't want to say anything because I have a friend, but this friend does not watch any of these. This friend doesn't really know English that well. But this friend wears these clothes, and I love her, and I do not care, because maybe she hates the way I dress as well. But it's like, there's just one style that I can't do. I'm sorry, but if you have anything like Galaxy, I can't. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I have another friend who actually does wear Galaxy stuff. But, that friend is so sweet. Like that, oh my gosh, she's so nice. Listen, you're allowed to hate on my style too. You're allowed to hate on it too. But, I'm sorry, but I can't do anything Galaxy. Like, to me, I'm like, I would never wear that. And if I see someone walking into my job interview wearing that, I'm like, no. Get yourself a nice blazer. Get yourself, like, this, like, even my mom, she hates when I wear my Hollister clothes. She's like, that's gross. Like, nobody would ever want you. Nobody will ever look at you with that kind of clothing. I'm like, okay, fair, if that's how you feel. Anyways, I never dressed anything crazy amazing, and I never dressed anything too bad, It was never like, it was normal. It was neutral, But there were things that I wouldn't wear, I've never worn maybe I've worn a bikini maybe once in my life. The only time I would wear a bikini is when I would be at my aunt's and at my cousin's and on my mom's side, and they'd be like, Emily, like, why are you covering yourself all the time? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, stop being like this. Like, you should wear a bikini. So I believe I wore a bikini once. But on my own and in general, 99% of the time, I'm not wearing a bikini. I started off usually just wearing, like, swimsuit, like a full body and then shorts. And I would always wear shorts. And, I'm always actively having these conversations with my friends, especially my two friends of mine, like, we always talk about this. Am I wearing what I'm wearing because I'm insecure, or is it because I want to be modest? Is it because I want to conceal myself for the greater good, or just because it makes me feel more comfortable and not exposing myself, and I feel good in this? But it doesn't mean that I don't think I'm ugly when I'm not wearing it, The answer is no. I did feel ugly, and I did hate the way my legs looked, and I did not like... I always had insecurities with my legs. I always thought I had huge thighs. I always thought, like, I'm so big on my legs. So I guess I would wear shorts to conceal that, But, like, now that I am older, I'm like, you know what? I wear shorts because I don't want people to see my butt or this region, I'm good wearing shorts. It's too much for me if I would take those off, because I'm like, that's a little bit close, And I also have really, really pale skin. It's so easy for me to burn, so easy. And so when I went on vacation, like, as, like, growing up, when I would go on vacation, I just found myself, like, wearing a shirt, and my mom would wear a shirt too, because it's like, I burn really easily. But then I started, like, only ever wearing shirts and shorts when I swim, and that was it, like, nothing else, And I had to think about it. I had to take a step back. And, I was talking about it a lot this year, and I was like, what, like, am I doing this because I want to be modest and I think this is the right thing to do? Or do I hate myself? Or do I think I'm ugly? Because it is important to have some kind of, like, clothing standard. And if you want to cover yourself, go ahead. That's awesome. That's amazing. But I really want me and my girlies, my friends, to really think about it. If we are covering ourselves, I really hope that we still love ourselves and we think we're beautiful when we look in the mirror and, we've taken off our clothes and we're about to hit the shower, I don't want us to think, ugh, that's ugly. I want us to think, like, even though the world doesn't see this, we still think it's pretty, because I think that's a problem. And that's what I've been, I thought, like, I don't want the world to see me with my boobs out and my butt out. Also, because, so I was a really, really early bloomer. Like, I got, as people say, a rack and a butt really early on. Like, I was wearing a bra when I was 9, And, like, they're there. It's there. And I always just felt like my body, my physique did not match my age or my, like, mentality. I still felt like a child. I'm like, but here I am with a body that, like, if I were to wear a tight bodycon dress or, like, to wear something, like, sleeveless, like, I would look like a woman. Like, this is a woman's body right here. And I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable in this. Like, I always thought to myself, like, if I had one of those, like, 12-year-old boyish girl bodies, like, flat, small, skinny, that is more my personality. That's how I always felt. But I was just like, I feel like I got a body that was not the right age for me. But, God doesn't make mistakes. But anyways, I just never felt, like, mature enough for the body that I thought I had, because, like, the body that I saw on, like, Victoria's Secret commercials or, like, passing, like, La Senza, and I'd see that body, I'm like, my boobies can fit into that kind of bra, but it's like, hey, I'm only 13, But yeah, I always felt really insecure with my body because I always thought I was fat, because I thought that my mature body came way too before I was mature mentally, I was like I had this photo of me when I was 14 at, like, a semi-formal at school, and, like, everybody that doesn't, like, who didn't know me in high school, that just, like, met me in these past 2 years at school, in university, I'm like, how old was I in this photo? And they're like, oh my gosh, like, 17, 18, 19. I'm like, babes, I was in the 9th grade. Like, I had a mature body, and I felt really insecure, because I was like, I feel like I'm this, like, big girl in this, like, tiny brain, Anyways, so back to covering myself up. Well, yeah, back in the 9th grade and the 10th grade, well, mostly in the 9th grade, I wanted to, like, kind of vamp up my style. It's like, it's high school. You want to vamp up your style. So occasionally I would wear, like, nice clothes, and that was at the time where I started to fit into my mom's clothes. And my mom has, like, some nice, like, tight pencil skirts. Like, she had this nice, like, corset top. It wasn't a corset, but it was a sleeveless top. And I will remember taking this one photo on my Finsta at the time. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, like, I wish this would have been my New Year's outfit, but it's too late. I've already picked this one. It was a tube top, tight pencil skirt, and knee-high boots. And I look great. I look like Ariana Grande. But I was also 14. And looking back at that, I'm like, I feel like you're too young to be wearing that. I don't know. I just felt like too young to be wearing that. But I also had the body for it. Like, and I want to talk about that real quick, because I absolutely don't like when guys and girls, but a lot of guys, will shame girls for what they're wearing. And a lot of girls will do it too. But it'll be like, she's wearing short shorts and like a tank top, you know? She looks ugly. She looks like a slut. She looks like she's just giving it out into the air, you know? But I always tell people when they bring this up to me, think about this. I just feel like people have a prejudice towards girls. The bigger they are, not even like fat, just like, oh my gosh, my cousin's calling me. Hold on, I'm busy right now. The bigger they are, whether, like, I'm not even talking about, like, overweight. I'm just talking, like, the more boobs or the more butt they have, like, the thicker they are, the more they are deemed as, like, sluttier. Because there is a difference between, like, a girl who's flat, skinny, you know, like this, with shorts and a tank top on, you know? Like, all girls are pretty, all girls look great. They're gonna look great in the same clothes. But I just feel like people put more prejudice towards a girl who has boobs and a butt than a girl who doesn't in the same clothes. Like, take two girls. Take a girl like Lotto or Cardi B or Ice Spice or Nicki Minaj, you know, like they're out there, you know, they're showing their bodies. And then take a girl like Emma Chamberlain, for example. Like, Emma Chamberlain is much more smaller. She's so petite. Even Ariana Grande is like that too, you know? Like, really, really small girls. Even if Zendaya was short, she'd be like that. I mean, Zendaya has more of, like, a curve. And she's also taller. I just mean, like, petite girls versus thick girls, you know? I don't know why they happen to be more, like, white and black. Like, I don't know. I'm just, like, I'm just choosing rappers that I know, like, because I was just listening to Lotto. I love her new song, Lottery, you know? Anyways. Regardless of race, I also have a body like that. Not really. I'm not that big. But they look beautiful. Anyways, take a girl like Emma Chamberlain just wearing a tank top and shorts. It's chill. It's normal, you know? It's just like a casual LA girl. But then take a girl who has double D's and like a nice big butt. You know, when she's wearing that tank top, you're going to see the cleavage. And when she's wearing those shorts, it's going to stick to her because she doesn't have like skinny legs where the shorts are like wider than the legs, you know, that hang around. They're going to be sticking onto her, so her butt is going to be accentuated. And I just always feel, and this is completely my opinion, but I've just seen it, where it's like, people will shame a girl who's a little bit bigger or thicker for the same clothes that if a girl who was smaller, if she was wearing that, it wouldn't be slutty, you know? It would just be like normal, you know? And it's like, I don't agree with that, you know? It's like, I've just observed that there is a little bit more prejudice towards what is more sluttier and like inappropriate on girls who are thicker than girls who are really thin, because on a thin girl it looks normal, it looks pretty, it looks like a clean aesthetic girl. And on the same clothes on the bigger girl, because, like, for example, I really would not be able to find jeans that are like really just hanging out, you know, my legs are like here and they're like out of it, because it's like my legs are always going to like capture the jeans. Like, always going to be tight fitting, because I have like hips and my legs go like this, right? And so the jeans are always going to touch. But if I didn't have as many hips and I was much thinner, then like there would be so much more jean room than my legs, you know? And so when your body is just always catching the material because you're bigger, then it's like, it's just showing your body more, you know? And it's like, okay, if you want to be modest, that might be something that you have to look out for. Like, if you're like, okay, I want to start, you know, if you're religious, I want to start being a little bit more modest. I don't want to like show off my body too much. That might be something you have to think about. Not that you have to, because it's other people's fault, but like, that's just like, I'm just saying, like, it's like, I've just seen, it's like, I've observed and I've brought up to people, like, I feel like guys are gonna make fun of girls who wear leggings because they're like, oh my gosh, like, she's just showing off her ass in the gym, like, what is this about? And it's like, would you be saying the same thing if like a flat girl wears like leggings? Like, you guys want to shame girls for wearing leggings, and then you want to be like, yeah, I need a girl with a butt. Like, you want to see that. You know, you want to see that. And anyways, I feel like I've made the skinny girls seem like not victims here. The skinny girls are the victims too, because skinny shaming is real, and I've seen it with my friends, and how either people will make fun of them for like not being like for being so skinny. It's like, what's wrong with you? Or it'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so skinny, like you're so lucky, like you can eat whatever you want, like oh my gosh. And that actually can damage the skinny girls, because they'll be like, oh my gosh, like people love that I'm skinny, I need to maintain this. Because, okay, for example, I get a lot of compliments on my nose. My nose is small, especially as I'm gonna say, especially as a Jewish person, like my nose is really small, like it's kind of tiny, for a Jewish person. And I didn't really pay attention to my nose growing up. But in these past 2 years, like I've met a lot of more Jewish people at like the Chabad house for the Shabbat dinners that I go to at school. And like a lot of people have brought up my nose, and it's like, damn, like people really like my nose. I hope nothing ever happens to it, And it's like, that effect can be the same when you're constantly like, oh my gosh, you're so skinny, you're so lucky, oh my gosh. It's like, damn, like I guess I have to like protect this and maintain it. And it's like, that can be dangerous. That can lead to a dangerous threat. And I've seen it. My friends have told me about their experiences. So yes, not to leave the skinny girls out of body problems. Anyways, back to clothing. Oh yeah, but like, let me know if you guys feel the same way. Like, really think about it. It's like, I just feel like, what am I saying? That sometimes when you're a bit bigger, clothing is just automatically deemed as sluttier on you, Because, like, I can wear a shirt, I can wear a v-neck, and it's like, a girl can wear a v-neck and it's normal. But the moment she has really big boobs, it's like, if she's wearing a v-neck, you're gonna see the cleavage, and it's like, damn, like, slut, It's not, I'm not saying that everybody thinks that, but it's like, you have to be careful when you're clothing shaming a girl, because sometimes it's like, is she just wearing nasty clothes, or is she just thick, and then you wouldn't be saying that for a skinny girl, keep it consistent, I don't know, anyways, moving on. So I really had to think for myself, I'm like, do I hate my body, or am I just serving God, And it was because I was insecure, I was definitely insecure, because I don't come from a family that is religious. No one in my family is religious, only me and my grandma, kind of. Well, I've started to be more religious this year, and I hope to like continue that path, But everybody in my family, my mom, they wear like tight clothes, bikinis, like, they don't care, whatever they feel beautiful in, that's what they wear, And I guess I just always felt insecure. I always felt like I was big, and I wasn't big. I've always been average. Like, I've literally always been average in my life. I'm not skinny, I'm not fat, I'm in the middle, like normal. And I just always felt insecure, and I feel like that's why I was covering myself up. But now that I think about it, and I'm like, but you know what? I don't want to show the world what I got, I like going to the beach, not thinking like people, oh my gosh, I'm filming something right now, hold on. Okay. I always felt, no, what am I saying? I recently went to the beach last month, and I was like, I'm here to get crashed by the waves, Like, I'm here to get obliterated by the waves. I'm not here to, like, get any attention. I don't like attention, Sorry. What was I saying? Okay. Yes, I don't want attention, and maybe I don't want attention because I feel insecure. But I also, I realized the power of modesty a lot this year, and I feel, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, anyways. I don't know. Like, I just feel like I don't want the attention. I don't want people looking at my body. I don't feel comfortable with that. And it's not because I'm insecure, not anymore, because you know what? Me and my friends, we feel like we're on this like girlhood journey, and we're trying to accept ourselves and love ourselves. And so, when I'm alone and like I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, you know what? This is nice. This is good. This works, But I don't want the world to see it. I don't need the world to see it, It's a private thing and it's mine. Anyways. Yes. So when it comes to clothing and insecurity, growing up, I would cover myself because I was insecure. But now I'm not as much insecure as I was. Now when I'm alone, I'm not like, oh, this is gross. I'm like, oh, this works, this gives. But I don't want the world to see this. It doesn't make me comfortable. I see the benefit for myself to cover myself and not show the world what I have, Anyways, moving on to style, because everyone always wants to better themselves. Everyone's always, not always and not everyone, but it's just like, people think about like, oh my gosh, like what clothes can I wear? Like what style would I wear to make myself look even prettier? Like what's a good style for me, And, I feel like I'm constantly evolving in style, but also like not. Like I wear the same thing all the time, I have Lululemon pants and Hollister clothes and Hollister tops and jeans and sweatpants, It's a mix of sporty and girly and kind of like kid-like and like chill, But I'm like, but I also want to be a woman one day. I feel like I'm always on the quest and question for what will make me feel like a woman. And I want to make an episode about that. I want to make an episode about what does it mean to be a woman. And like for me, because it's like, I always feel like I'm immature. I feel like I'm a child and I want to progress somehow. And I'm always like, maybe it's these like little clothes that I feel like a 5-year-old could wear or a 12-year-old could wear that is holding me back. Maybe it's my clothing that's holding me back. But then I recently did something really mature in May, at the end of May, where I decided to make a mature decision in my personal life. And even though I was sad and I was crying, I was like, maybe this is making me a woman. Maybe making hard decisions about letting certain people in your life go or doing something like that is what's making you mature and turning you into a woman. So anyways, we'll get into that another time. But yeah, it's like, so I want to be mature. I want to be a woman. Okay, well, like I always told myself, if I wear woman clothes with the body that I have, I'll be a woman. If I wear a bodycon dress, I'm a woman, But now that I've come into terms where I I want to be a little bit more modest, Like I'm just like, maybe I don't want to wear a bodycon dress, But I was also talking to my friend, and she was like, you know what, Emily, you didn't grow up in a religious house. You didn't, you had covered yourself and it was for insecurity. Maybe just one day in your life. And listen, if you are religious, don't take this piece of advice, Don't let me stray you. But this is just for me. And although there is some, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, this is not really progressive in my religious path. But she was like, maybe just one day, when you're with me, when you feel safe, my female friend, you should wear something like hot, sexy, so you can feel good about yourself and see that, just like one day where you go out and you feel accepted by yourself in the body that you have, so you don't feel insecure, where it's like you did it once and then that's it, And I'm like, okay, I'll think about that. But oh my gosh, what was I saying before? I don't remember. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Now that I feel like, oh, now it's time to become a woman, let me just wear these clothes. I'm like, no, but I don't want to wear these clothes. So I'm just trying to find other things that will make me feel more like a woman, I bought these blazers. I'm looking at them right over there. They're beautiful. And I tried on an outfit with jeans, heels, the blazers and a white top. And I loved it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my birthday look. Oh my gosh, this is like, there's like an event that I have in August. I'm like, this is my look. And I look great in it. The clothes look great, you know? So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, now that I want to become a woman, now that I'm trying to mature from my child self, you know, I'm trying to be in a transitional stage now, that I'm trying to figure out what to wear, you know? Because if this was still 14-year-old me, who was not religious, who didn't even think about that, yeah, I'd be wearing my bodycon dresses, and I'd be like, you know, wearing a crop top, or like, also, the other thing is that I don't really like attention. I don't really want attention too much. And like, even like certain clothes that are not revealing, like, let me show you guys. I just feel like it's like too much attention for me. Like, it's too much of a baddie for me. So let me search it up for you. Sorry, I'm just texting my friend back who does not seem to understand. Please wait. I should have put my phone on D&D anyways. There's this one brand called Named Collection, I think, or Named Collective, and they make clothes like this. You know? Like, I'm referring to like the sweatpants, you know, and the sweater, you know? I'm like, yo, that is what baddies wear. But I don't feel like a baddie. And I feel like that's too much attention for me. I feel like I would be a fraud wearing that, you know? And you know, like, I bought one of those where it's like the silk scarf around your head, the hoops, the glasses, the hair down. You know what Kylie Jenner wore in her first trailer to her first lip kit ever? I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm wearing a costume. I don't feel like a baddie. I feel like just like a chaotic little beach chill girl, you know? You know what I mean? That's why I like to wear Hollister. That's why I'm wearing a literal shell necklace, you know? But I sometimes feel like I don't feel like I'm being taken seriously because I continue to wear these like childish clothes. Like, you know, like if I want to be taken seriously as a working woman, as a businesswoman, you know, as a young adult woman, I better dress the part, you know? And so I'm just trying to figure that out. Also, with my last few minutes here, let's talk about makeup real quick, because I recently had this conversation with my mom. I'm someone who's like, embrace your natural beauty. You don't need any makeup. Like, as long as you're taking care of yourself, that will show through your skin and through your body. Unless, obviously, outside circumstances, like if you have acne. I have PCOS, so even though I'm like working out all the time and eating healthy and like not trying to eat too much, I'm still like not skinny, and I'm still like, you know, thick, you know, whatever. There are outside circumstances. But I just feel like natural beauty is like a win, you know? Like, take that and like use that and embrace that, you know? But then I'm like, I see these girls, I see these baddies who wear full faces of makeup, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys look amazing. You guys look amazing all the time and every day. And I'm like, I don't know how you do it. It's like I'm too lazy for that. And it's also like, do you ever feel like you get attached to wearing makeup all the time, that you can't go out natural face? Like, you feel insecure with your natural face because you're not used to it anymore. And I don't want that to happen to me, you know? For me, there was a week that I was filming like a short film for my really good friend in March, and I was wearing makeup every day, and I was showing up to class in makeup because we were either filming before class or after class. And then after that, I was like, I don't really feel like I can go out without my makeup anymore. And I wasn't even wearing anything crazy. It was concealer like all over my face, because I have a really good concealer and it can work like a foundation as well. So all over my face, mascara, neutral eyeshadow, and blush over here, you know, and a little bit of highlighter. But it wasn't like full face foundation, eyeliner, lashes, eyebrows, lipstick, nothing like that. It was not full face. And I just felt like I got too attached to wearing makeup for 1 week that it was like super like natural makeup, and now it's like I don't feel like I can go out without mascara. So I would wear mascara until I kind of just fizzled out, you know? But it's like, my mom was talking to me and she was like, you know what, Emily, like, if you want to attract a really good guy, you cannot be continuing to wear your little kid clothes and going looking around like a 14-year-old child. If you want to find a man, and that entails you being a woman, because if you're not ready for a man, then continue what you're doing. But in my house, everyone's always asking, like, when are you gonna get a boyfriend, when are you gonna get married, whatever. And don't take this and twist my mom's words. Don't take this and be like, oh my gosh, like, why does she only prioritize makeup? Like, this is so bad. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. She has a point in what she's saying, Like, there is value in taking the time to look your best self and feel your best self. If you don't feel comfortable in a full face of makeup, don't do it. If you'll feel more comfortable in a natural face, then do it. And that's what I do. But I'm also like, you know what? There is power in makeup. And makeup does enhance your beauty. And you don't have to wear makeup, and you don't have to wear it every day. But you can still use it to your advantage, Especially because it's this era that all of my friends and I are in, where it's like, we're trying to find someone. We're trying to, like, feel out who's a potential, who can be my husband in the future, It's like we're trying to stifle everything out. And if you're going to be, going to these events, like the way that I do at these Jewish events, or just, like, talking to people, you want to look your best self, because you want to attract someone who is great, and then you want to give that to them too. Like, please don't twist her words and make her seem like something she's not, But I did understand where she was coming from. And you know what? I was like, yeah. There's no harm in... What was that? Harm. This is not challah time. There's no harm in me wearing a little bit of mascara. There's no harm in me wearing a little bit of concealer, because I actually do feel really pretty when I get to, like, cover my little pimples here and there, and I love the way my eyes look when I wear mascara, there's no harm in that. And I still, at the end of the day, there are days that I will not ever wear makeup. There are days where I'm like, I don't care, I'm gonna go look like this. I think I'm still pretty, But the whole makeup thing and the clothing thing is really just me trying to figure out how to take myself from kid to adult, how to take myself from teenager to woman. And like I said, I felt really mature and almost like a woman when I made an internal decision in my personal life to make a change of something, So it was an internal thing. And of course, that's always going to be the thing. The more deeper and bigger things are always going to be internal. But you can still work with your external, Anyways, it's starting to rain. I don't want that to ruin the audio quality. It's starting to rain on me. So I think that's it for today. I don't know if I missed anything, but, like, let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about regarding this topic, and maybe I'll make a part 2. But yeah, stay tuned for other things. Bye.